Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. And here's a brand new HALACHA for you, and it's for Thursday, March 31st, 28th day of ADAR Sheni. And here's your HALACHA for today. It's a funny one. I think I said this last year, but here you go. When we eat the matzah for motzi matzah, the size, according to the strict shiur measurement, is kind of sizable. Like you'd have to check what your rabbi says, but some rabbis say that it should be a half of a big round shmura matzah. Some say 2/3 of a machine shmura matzah. Some say amounts a little bit less than that. But the thing is, whatever your measure is, that measure should be eaten in somewhere between 2 to 9 minutes. If you eat it slower than that, then it's considered like not like one eating because you just took a nibble and then it took you 20 minutes and another nibble later, and that's not called a real mitzvah eating. So the rabbis recommend, now the opinions vary, that's why I say it like between 2 to 9 minutes. But if you want to try and get it done in 2 minutes so that you're following the strictest opinion, that you got that whole half of a shmura matzah, the big round ones, you got that whole thing down in 2 minutes, like that could get tight. That could get a little hard. So halachically, I'm going to tell you something interesting about how that eating works. You see, that eating, the clock starts on those 2 minutes from the time that your first swallow happens. Therefore, what you could do to help yourself get the eating done in the right time frame is chew on a bunch of matzah, but don't swallow it yet. And then when your mouth is pretty full and it's time to swallow, that's when you swallow, and that's kind of when the clock starts on those 2 minutes, because your eating began when the swallowing began. So in order to, if you're a slow eater and you're having trouble putting down all that matzah, then a good thing to do is to chew it up nice, and matzah gets real small when you chew on it in your mouth, and then start swallowing when your mouth is, before it's disgustingly full, but then just start swallowing, and that's when the clock starts ticking on when your 2 minutes are up. And that way you'll probably get it done, because from the first swallow to the last swallow, probably happen within 2, 3, 4 minutes. And we want to just fit that eating in between 2 to 9 minutes. I'm sorry I can't say an exact time, but the rabbis differ on that time. So the time frame is somewhere between 2 to 9 minutes to down your matzah. Same thing, by the way, for the romaine lettuce, but it's actually easier to get romaine lettuce down your throat. And to those of you who are doing horseradish, well, that's a fluid ounce of horseradish, which if your horseradish is real strong, I don't know, that could be hard getting that down, but if you're good at it, then you're good at it, and then it will go down in 2 or 3 minutes. Incidentally, don't use horseradish out of a jar that has other ingredients in it, like sugar or beets or vinegar or anything like that. The horseradish has to be straight horseradish. I don't mean it has to be a bite right off of the root, but it's recommended that you grind it up. And I think you can buy some of it in the bottle, just straight ground up horseradish. But do check on the ingredients. You should not be, for the mitzvah, you should not be downing horseradish that has, a flavoring in it. It's just supposed to be straight horseradish. And I think in some cities you can get that in a bottle. But if you can't, then, and you want to use it, then grind it up yourself. Watch out for your eyes. They're going to get all teary and everything. You can wear goggles. Seriously, that helps. But yeah, those are your parameters on trying to get the eating right. And do note that it's going to be Rosh Chodesh this Shabbos, and also Parshas HaChodesh. That might be tomorrow's halacha, and we'll give you all the details on that. Thanks for logging on. Log on again on Friday for more. Bye-bye.